Okay, so I made the best conference of my life. I don't know how to call it. It was a monologue.
Yes.
That I was talking about what? Forget about the microphone and the camera. Forget about everything. You have to be you. You are not somebody in the audience waiting for me to have the whole show. So when the camera is on, is the observer, and then you disappear.
Yes.
So you are the spinning quark, or you are the photon that can be matter and or wave. And in the message to Melly, I was telling her, once I showed the whole structure of the civilizations from thousands of years divided in monotheism, polytheism, and then from there, many overlapping things through religions cannot overlap. You cannot be, and you know, with, what is the name of this? Quotation marks. Quotation marks. You cannot be Muslim and Christian. I don't know why, because you are in the same path of monotheist, you know? So that's what I'm talking about. Some things can be overlap each other, but some others, they can't. For whatever reason, somebody created. It's human constructed, you know what I mean? So, they are not against each other in Hindu and Buddhism. Well, Buddhism is not against any other, because they don't follow the same rule as all of them are following. Either too many gods or just one god. Okay, we are not in that division, so they are not playing that. They are probably closest, the only close one to unity. So the yogis first will have to jump to Buddhism. From there, find the limit of Buddhism and say, okay, do you have to be sitting down this way? Do you have to put your feet that way? You have to do that, you have to do this, you have to do that? All these rules? So just because someone wrote or said, or first said, and when somebody said, people learn from that, and they learn in a better experience what that person meant. If that person only, if you write it, you only mean one thing. When you are speaking, you can show your emotions, your pains, your fun, your irony, your many things, your fear, everything, but in the text is converted by the reader. The way the reader is having this mode. So the culture disappeared when we started transmitting the culture through the written words. And the more complex and complicated the written words were, the more divine they want to become these books. And the older and the more complex, the more close to the truth. Which is absolutely possible, but not the only way. When they are seeing only that, they are an infinite luxury cavern, creating this long, infinite cocoon. The cavern and the cocoon is the same thing. In a way. One thing is not all the thing, but the seed is the same, because I'm talking from the structure. Not from, and people are talking from the stupid small details. That's the long tail I'm talking about. Because they can go 3 steps down, and they can be more right, of course, but absolutely more wrong as well. More wrong and right meaning how far and close you are from my message, that my message is true for me in this case. And if you want to get it, it's for free. But if you want to corrupt it and convert it into something that is good for you, do it as well. But don't say that that is the truth. So you start being dishonest with yourself and with the rest of the people.
Yeah.
I'm never telling you or anybody what they have to do. Nothing. I'm always saying that there is something else. Always. Whatever I'm saying, there is something else. So that thing is never the only unique one real truth. Because the concept of truth is like the liquid structure. Truth has all the colors and weights and wetness levels.
Yeah.
For people to understand, you have to go to the most complex thing that you can imagine, which is the mycelium, that you didn't know how it looked like at all, but you know it is a network. And you saw a picture of this mycelium. In some way, it was on a laboratory plate or something, and how you can see like the nerves, like an absolutely amazing network. And that's only in the laboratory to show you this beautiful, artistic piece of living art, so complex that is connecting trees, plants, animals. We all have bacteria, fungus, we are all part of everything. And then that mycelium, that is the one controlling everything, and so complex and difficult to understand for humans, it was put on earth as a fruit that you should never eat. Because if you eat it, you will forever know the difference in between good and evil. But it's not that the thing, it's that you will find out the unity of the no-duality, which is in the mycelium offering you the fruit, which is the mushroom. You don't have to eat a mushroom to know what I'm talking about. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But if you eat it and you don't know it, then it's also ridiculous. And that's what I find in people who are into drugs. You know what I mean? And they get nothing of what I'm saying. I say, why did you try drugs? Or people who never tried drugs, and they are, so it never, yeah. I found my duality many times. And I said, and I was so aware of so many things, but you are always learning about the beyond the ignorance. So if you don't try the mushrooms, you don't know what it is about. But it is, for me, it was nothing amazingly strange and different. It was another step. And the rest of the people surrounding me, they are not there. Why? Because before that, nobody was there either. Because drugs don't take you or avoid to do this, just like religions are not, it's the same for everything. But the mycelium and the mushroom is there for you. So that's, just in case you don't remember, in Eden, that's what God said to Adam and Eve. People think they said, don't eat the apple. Some of the people said the wheat with tea. Some people said probably with marijuana, some reggae music or whatever. But they don't get. They go to the detail instead of to the structure, which is, hey, he was talking, or she, this God that they are writing, was talking that you're going to feel ashamed for being naked. So when you break the chains, you cannot feel ashamed for being naked. You cannot feel ashamed for being insulted, for being whatever. Because you are not anything that these people are reflecting and projecting into you. My God, you are more invisible than ever. Phew. I feel like the day I was here alone making the video, maybe sometimes I think, well, what if Marianne was here? So that way I was speaking with someone because I was alone. But now I feel the same way. I have no feedback at all. You are just absorbing like a sponge and not collaborating in anything. That's why there are big silences. And but I needed you to help me to make the same story or a similar structure of the concept that I thought I was recording.
Yeah.
So part of it was done in completely different way, but now that this is new, I could use also the one that is not recorded because it's not the same. It's overlapping some things and creating something else.
Yeah. The airplane lose.
The wind. Yeah. And more? Tell me more things. That was a very... Okay, so explain it to me.
And to break your. Oh.
I cannot hear you. What are you saying?
You
Hello?
break your arm. Broke your.
That's the airplane thing.
Yes.
Yeah, but what is the thing that is boom to you? That, the airplane? Or what is the concept that is boom, telling you, oh? What are you feeling now? That you're feeling that people are observing you. Nobody is observing you.
Yes.
You're not even on camera.
So.
So the microphone is just the beast that is waiting for you
Yes.
to get out of your limitations, and then once you are out of your comfort zone,
Yeah.
you face the microphone, and then people need to drink, be drunk or drugged or whatever to do the role.
Yeah.
You are feeling that way because you are not connected with yourself. You are connected with me, which is easy if you want, but it is easier to connect with yourself. But the thing is that you are so rational that your shyness is not letting you do all these things because your rational mind is blocking all these aspects of connection. So it's not transcending anything. You are the clear example of what I was talking about.
Yes. Give me fun.
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
How are you? Oh, I'm fine. Hello. How are you? I'm fine. Woo!
Oh my God.
If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. It's up to you. Crazy world, crazy world. Bam, ba, da, ba, da, bam, bam, ba, da, dun, dun, bam, dun, da, 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 da. In Crazyland.
Yeah.
In your cinemas very soon.
Yes.
Easyland is the second part.